Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 46-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Barkley. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hey. 4 down. He's checking.
Hey, alert.
Barkley. Then he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check three. Check your hot read. Let's go.
Play fake. Mayfield. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in with the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you guys didn't come out of the gate. I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
That's another Eagles first down. First and goal, 7-yard line.
Watch the screen. Pass.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
No. Point it right.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Being chased out left. Brought in over the middle by Glenn. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
319, 630. Kill. Slant. Kill. 315.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That one goes for 24 yards. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That is incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Check 52. Whip. Watch the whip. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Switch. Check.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Mayfield. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 30 yards there.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the 1st half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to try and go deep again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. It's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Eluding the pressure right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. He hits White, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking deep downfield. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game and it's something you did not need to do.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
To try again after the sack, Rodgers, and he's going to go down again. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. But they need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Dawson's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
At their own 36-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check. Hey, alert 33.
Final play of the half. Mayfield is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who have gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
It's just me and you.
Again, it's Barkley. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Crunch. Check. King.
Saquon Barkley running right. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
They'll run with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Hey, check mark 33.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Set, 180. I'm coming.
Mayfield. Over the middle to Evans. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 21 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's at the 50, the 30, 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to it after the pick 6. Mayfield over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now it's Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 22, Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down, but they are in field goal range already. And the blitz does come. He's got Evans. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
So it's 1st and goal. Need to be a little wary of leaving Aaron Rodgers too much time, but you got to score here first. On the run, it's Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Another try for Barkley. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, we got 4 down. Showing up.
Well, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
A 26-yard attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
At their own 24-yard line.
258, 54. I got you. I got 30. 26.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that answers the question in my head. They're going to go for the win right now.
I think you're absolutely right. They're not content with going to OT. That 1st down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
No. 319. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. There's a party now. Box.
Back to throw. Rodgers. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
Rodgers pass.
Here comes the ball. I see you, boy. I see you.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a first and 10 at their own 21. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. When you're trying to win a game in overtime, I don't know that there's too many more in the history of the game you want under center than Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think a lot of it's because he can beat you so many different ways. All right, he can beat you with the big shot downfield. Heck, if you need a Hail Mary, no one throws it better than Aaron Rodgers. But just when you think you've got him corralled in, when you've got pressure on him, he uses his legs to escape and create another big play, whether he's running it or extending it so a receiver gets open. I think he embraces overtime, and he embraces the spotlight that comes with it.
This pass into the arms of Snead, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, I-7. 54, right there. 54.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He completes it right side to White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And again, it's Rodgers. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, check like 33. Check like 33.
What can Mayfield do here in the OT? And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mayfield down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Working out of the gun. Mayfield looking long for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And he got it! The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service